I just start out by saying that Wednesday night is probably the worst night of the week for CBS to put Survivor on. I have to work late on Wednesday night, then I work at a food pantry on Thursday morning, then I work Thursday night. So here it is, over 24 hours later after the episode is aired, I'm finally getting around to making Survivor vlog. Okay, let's start off by I need to talk to Brandon real quick. Brandon, I understand your Uncle Russell's kind of a creep and everything, but do you really have to compare him to Hitler? Is he really that bad? I don't know. I compare him to Charles Manson. I had to laugh too when the helicopter was coming in and the girl standing next to Brandon said, "Oh, I hope it's not Russell." If you watch Survivor vlogs, my Survivor vlogs last season, you know I'm not a big fan of them bringing people back into a regular season like this. I mean, I just want to see these 16 people who've never played before play against each other without the celebrity returning player, you know, messing the whole thing up. And I like Ozzy, so it's not that. I'm not a fan of Coach. I never really liked Coach, but I do like Ozzy okay. But, you know, this whole... it just seems to throw the season off somehow, because then, you know, these two celebrity players from the previous seasons are getting all this attention, and it's hard to get to know the new people. I decided pretty early on I don't like Stacy. The reason why is when the Ozzy and Coach were competing in that thing, that one challenge, and Stacy's like yelling out all these instructions to Coach, and it becomes more and more obvious she doesn't really know how to work this puzzle anyway. Why didn't she just shut up once she realizes she doesn't know what she's talking about? Anyway, on the other hand, I'm sure that people are really divided on this player. I really have not visited any message board. I haven't even seen if anybody else has put up anything in Survivor vlogs yet. But Cochran, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be divided about him. Some people are going to love him. Some people are going to hate him. I love him. I think he's great. So I decided very early on, I really like Cochran. He's nerdy. He's a Survivor geek, just like me. I really like him. And I love how he's like embarrassed to get undressed and go out in the water and everything. And, you know, at first I'm like, oh, maybe he is kind of a loser. But I was like, yeah, but remember the first time Sareed played, the first episode that Sareed was on, and she was afraid of leaves, and she didn't want to touch the leaves, and look at what kind of player she ended up being. So, I decided that I'm not going to hold that against him. Anyway, Christina, I don't like her. I don't trust her. I don't like her. She's kind of playing this cocky, paranoid game that some people seem to really enjoy watching, but I just don't get it, and I don't like her. But, you know, day 2 she's already in tears, and it's all hitting her just how hard it's going to be. She better buck it up. I mean, she's got a long road ahead of her. Who knows, maybe she'll be like Holly a couple of years ago, or a couple seasons ago. Maybe she'll get all this out of her system and then come back next week and she'll be like this fantastic player. Anyway, I love that challenge. I love that it was so close, that just 1 or 2 coconuts more, and Ozzy's tribe would have won, but unfortunately Ozzy's tribe did not win. As I said, I like Ozzy, so I guess I'm kind of rooting for his tribe over Coach's tribe. I had to laugh when Stacy's running around trying to find the hidden immunity. I had no clue, and she looked right in the hole where it was, and how did she not see it in there? Later on in the episode, I decided that Cochran's physical strength is not his greatest weakness, although that is, you know, working against him. It's because he's panicking. He gets panicky, and he gets all jittery, and that's going to make people nervous, and you're not really going to want him around. But during Tribal Council, I decided that I know why I like Cochran so much. He reminds me of two of my players from the past that I really admire. not exactly like either one of them, but I mean, he's got elements of both. He reminds me of Rob Cesternino, and he also reminds me of Rafe from Guatemala. So Samhar is gone. Samhar, I don't know how to say her name. Samhar, I don't know. Anyway, so she's gone. She got voted off. She went to Redemption Island. Not exactly sad about it. I don't like her that much. She wouldn't have been my first choice, though. My first choice, well, actually, it's really difficult to say because my first choice would be Jim. But the problem with that is that's based on information that we, the viewers, have, that the players don't have. They don't know he's a professional poker player, so, you know, I don't know. If I were there, I don't know. And the reason I would pick Jim is because he's a professional poker player, and I just wouldn't want to go up against a guy like that. So it's not really that I have anything against Jim. It's more of a respect vote. I just wouldn't want to deal with it. So in the end, we get to see Samhar over there in Redemption Island crying because everybody lied to her. And I'm like, 23 seasons later, and they're still finding people who don't understand that the game is about deception, lying, backstabbing. How many seasons do we have to go before people start figuring this out?